Mike Lee had sent this letter of support privately via text to Mark Meadows, listing all these different names that are down to do whatever is necessary. And Mike Lee says, we're sending this as a private communication from us to him, Trump, through you. We are not issuing it as a press release. And if it's helpful for you to leak it, feel free to do so. And Mark Meadows responds, question mark, question mark. Like he doesn't even know, like Mike Lee's like, we've got your back, and we can do it publicly, we can do it privately. And Mark Meadows is like, what? I don't, dude, we're busy. We're working 14 hours a day on this. So anyway, Mike Lee goes on to say, Sidney Powell is saying she needs to get in to see the president, but she's being kept away from him. Apparently she has a strategy to keep things alive and put several states back in play. Oh, that's so revelatory. Like they know exactly what they're doing. They know that they lost these states, but she's got this plot. And if we only follow her, then a couple of these states might be back in play. And look, he just keeps pressing. You gotta talk to Sidney Powell. Now he eventually let's see, I think it's like 11 days later, Sidney Powell joins the effort, does the press conference. It's insane. She says a bunch of crazy stuff about Dominion and all those different companies involved in the election. Then Mike Lee messages, I'm worried about the Powell press conference. The potential defamation liability for the president is significant here for the campaign and for the president personally. Unless Powell can back up everything she said, which I kind of doubt she can. And Mark Meadows says, I agree, very concerned. I would be.
I love the defamation factor. Like think of all the embarrassing things Trump has already done to defame himself. And they're afraid that something's gonna make it worse. And the truth is, all the people who had the potential to be even moderately credible looked at all the evidence or lack of evidence. Were like, I'm not gonna make stuff up. I have some self-respect. And a shocker here, and this is the theme that I want to take out of it, is these folks on the right, they don't love America like they said they do. Like the thing about America is that we have free and fair elections and we accept the results of them when they play out according to the rules that we set out in the Constitution. And they did, and courts said that they did. And it's important that we acknowledge reality at all. And that's what's so terrifying is look at how thin the threads are that are keeping the fabric of America together.
Yeah. Exactly. Let me demonstrate those thin threads on, for instance, like a grasp on reality and everything. So Mike Lee is a senator. Okay, he's a senator. He's a joke, but at the same time, also still a senator. He gets a vote on all this stuff. He was messaging Meadows like, did you see that last episode of Mark Levin's show? You got to watch that, man. No, like they are. I'm not saying they're true believers about everything. I often believe they're quite cynical and don't believe the things that they're saying. But in private, when they didn't think anyone would see this, they literally think, no, Mark Levin, he's winning here. He's got it. He knows what's going on. You should watch him. Anyway, at some point, and again, to demonstrate the gap between what they were telling you conservatives and what they really believed, Mike Lee, again, senator, messages Mark Meadows. I don't think the president is grasping the distinction, between what we can do and what he would like us to do. Nor do I think he's grasping the distinction between what certain members are saying that sound like they could help him, but would really hurt him. He's got a very real opportunity for a win in 2024. That opportunity could be harmed in multiple ways this effort. Now, Mike Lee didn't and never will come forward and say any of this because he's terrified of the retribution he would face. But behind the scenes, he was saying, no, dude, we gave it our try. We tried to overthrow the election. It didn't work. Now it just looks pathetic. We can't actually do the things that he's saying we should do. Meadows responds that Trump thinks the VP can reject the ballots. So apparently, I guess he was actually a true believer. He really believes behind closed doors that the VP could just decide who wins and who doesn't win the election, Brett. It's just they are in some ways as crazy as they would have us believe that they are.
And then also they're sticking with it after this. I love seeing these behind the scenes glimpses because when they're talking to each other, they're like, this is gonna make it a lot harder for Trump to win, and implying in 2024 and implying that like they're being pushed too far, potentially to a point of no return where they're not gonna return and help the guy, where they're gonna switch to the other side. But as always happens on the right, no matter what, like they will tell you on Tuesday or on January 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, that that something is indefensible, right? They'll say it's indefensible. All these things that Trump is going to have you believe. And then February 1st, 2nd, 3rd, they're defending it.
They're defending.
They're defending.
It was defensible.
and it's still indefensible. But what you'll see with this, and later when we talk about the debate scene, they have more and more confidence, as much as they're complaining about left-wing media controlling everything. They have so much more confidence now in their right-wing media bubble that they'll still fight the fight. And they know that they can just get enough people to fill out the like crazy culture war part of their party to expand that tent, because they're never going to lose the people that know that Republicans will give tax cuts to the rich. They just need another sideshow to get people in their big, ridiculous circus tent.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to close with this last graphic. January 6th comes. Chip Roy messages Mark Meadows, "This is an S show. Fix this now." And Mark Meadows says, "We are." They were not. They, in fact, very much were not fixing it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.